Alright guys, welcome back again. This is again Darth Vader's V from Watches Productions slash AcidPlanet.com and everywhere else that I'm an online member and person and participator of. Today, going back over some information that has been asked of me in comments in response to the videos I put up last time, mainly dealing with certain aspects of using Acid Studio, obtaining material for use in Acid Studio, and a couple of things in the studio that I did not explain that were going to be features later, but since we're going to be on the topic, might as well just go ahead and do user requests while we're at it. What I've got here first I'm going to go over this basic websites and methodology for getting material for use in Acid Studio. Google is your best friend. If you look up free acidized loops, which would be loops that have tempo markers, key change stuff, everything built into them all at once, it's the best way to use them, and it works to very good effect for painting it on the staging area inside of Acid. What you'll want to do is go ahead and just go to free acidized loops, or just go to free WAV files. I made a comment on the video for part 2 that says do not, shut up, do not use or get Rex files, R2 files, things that belong in Reason, Cubase. Some Cubase stuff, if they're as long as they're WAV files, will work. There's other Mac formats like Rex and some other stuff that cannot be used with Acid, so that makes a big deal. So when looking through places like Loop Galaxy, which I've used personally a lot of in the past, and Looperman does some pretty good work as well. It's because it's all community-based stuff that can be used. And then there's also a company known as Prime Loops, and Prime Loops are either owned by or own Platinum Loops, which is like the same company. They do the same thing. And you'll notice on the side of the website here that you'll have genre breakdowns, and like we'll say like drum and bass. And you can go through their drum and bass stuff and look at the different kind of things that they have. And actually, on most of these, they have trials you can download that'll be a group anywhere between 5 to 25 samples of things out of these packs to just try using them. Well, that font's completely stolen from Indiana Jones there, as we can see. It'd be funny if it's a Temple of Boom. If that's not copyrighted for an album yet, I'm claiming it right now. Temple of Boom. Because I think that sounds pretty good, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and just get out of these. On the Acid website itself, I know we've been over this previously. My thing is so craptastic here. So if I could type tonight, that'd be wonderful. Ah! Okay, there we go. On AcidPlanet.com, and I was over this once previously. On the free downloads here, there are 8 packs, the trial version for the Acid software, and there's also contests. Oh, they've actually moved it. Anyway, contests over here now, and that's where we go, and you can download free contest files. You'll see here the charter contest right here. Inside of these, you'll have your stems for the contest, and there's usually bonus material as well, and that bonus material is royalty free and licensed content free. That is not true of the material for the contest itself. Those are owned by the artist, and that can only be used for this contest's sake, and the majority of which. In the free app, the 8-pack section, remember, every week there's going to be free downloads you can get every week. And if we go to get free Acid Express, and then also right here, this mega packing of loops right here is 129 megs of free samples to help you get started with. And actually, I've already got this file in this folder, but I'm going to go ahead and download it again while I'm doing this. Best of 2008. See how old this is. I'm going to go ahead and save this to my desktop, and then I'm going to use it in a little bit on another video subsequently showing you how to do basic mixdown and some other key little features that will probably be very useful for most people, pending if the first set of videos didn't really help, and the next one may net you better responses, or you know what I mean. Okay, now that'll cross this off. Next question was about forums. The forums are right here under the community tab on acidplanet.com. I cannot give you guys links in the video descriptions apparently, because for some reason they're blocking me from doing that. I cannot give you a link to that, nor can I respond to a comment on a page giving you a link either. They've been blocking me from doing that as well. I don't understand why. But just remember acidplanet.com. Then when you're there, go to the community tab, go to forums. Once you're here, all these forums will show up on the left-hand side, and become a member of the community. Get going and rocking on that. There's always a lot of stuff going on, and always people to be there. For you people that buy the software at the store and don't know where to get the 3,000 loops that are on the CD, this pinned thing has been here for years, and it talks about how to get into the thing on the CD with the software you buy and how to get there. And you just have to go to the file browser and explore, go to loops and songs. It's really simple, but a lot of people don't know you can generally go to your My Computer, right-click, go to explore, and do all that kind of crap to get in the files. Okay, so forums covered. All right, checked off the list here. Next, we're going to go down. I'm going to give a little bit of an explanation of the difference between, or for what ACID is. ACID is a DAW. That would be a DAW. That would be... I haven't been talking to myself, have I? Okay, good. 6 minutes already. Crap. A DAW is a DAW is a digital audio workstation. That's what this is. Allows you to import full songs, tracks, everything that you're going to do to master and make full material. You can use this software to produce pretty much record label material if you get a basic understanding of mixing and composition. It can be done through the effects and all the other things you can do with the program. You can create record label material. Now, I'm not going to say everyone's going to be able to do it right out of the gate. I promise you, you're not going to. Unless you're like some kind of autistic savant with recording software, which, not to be a jerk to those people, because some of those people have amazing skills musically. It's just that it just takes a lot of work and understanding the nuances of the software and what you get used to. Industry standard is Pro Tools. I am adamantly against Pro Tools because I don't believe that any one company or anything should have a monopoly death hold on the market. That's why on my Windows-based system here, I've got Illustrator and Photoshop and stuff, and video programs. I've used Adobe Premiere, which is usually Mac-based, and I'm here to tell you that Windows-based stuff can work just as good if you let it and have a system that can handle it properly. Audio-wise, ACID can do step sequencing as well through its MIDI. I personally find this to be one of the weaker points of ACID and don't feel like it's very well suited for the type of work that can be done by other programs as far as step sequencing goes. My personal favorite in that department is Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops is an amazing program for those of you just breaking out, especially those who are into the electronic genres of trance, drum and bass, dubstep, and rap and stuff like that. People who are more towards folk style rock music and stuff like that, this program will find you or give you very little in the way of much usefulness unless you're using it for effects and its mastering and other stuff like that. Just to give a brief example of what I'm talking about here, once you understand about how this stuff kind of works, 4x4 bass. Okay, this is done at 140. It's basically an 808 drum kit essentially, and a 4 on the floor like you would have on a standard trance bass, trance song. That's your kick line, and then we get, you get going with your hi-hats. Then we have the variation, and then of course you can always add your third hit snare or your offbeat class. Then you add like a last step, like pull back bass kick, and fill this in. This is the velocity controls for this. Anyways, you can build stuff like this, paint it onto here, and then you can essentially do similar to what Acid does already. But you can also take things, make your own drum samples or audio samples, bass lines, using the variety of tools that are available in here, and in synthesizers, and then make your own loops in here. That's what I do occasionally, is build my own loops in here, file, and then go export and save as and all that stuff, and then I knock them out and then send them to Acid, and then use my own Acid files, and then as long as you build them to a proper tempo and have them looped. And then also that will also save this information down here, which is the acidized information. You know, how many beats, how many bars, tempo, root note if there is one, sampling, sampling megahertz, all that stuff. We'll save all that information together. Very, very useful. So that concludes that little section that I had to go over with people. The next thing that I've been asked about is tempo changes and time control, and I don't think I'm going to cover that right now. I feel like this will probably be a little bit of an information overload. This one hasn't really been about showing you how to do much, as more or less to give you information that's going to be useful to you, to some people, in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and stop this now, and I will reconvene in just a moment. Please excuse my ramblingness. It's because I'm tired and actually at work. And because I work overnights. I'm doing this in my spare time because I'm bored. So let me end this now, and we'll be back in a minute, and we're going to work on doing key and time changes in songs, similar for use in like mashups, or just to slow certain material down. I'm going to go pick some songs that I think that'll blend well together, so I can do something that'll make sense. Alright, thanks for watching. This is Josh, otherwise known as Darth Vader Z. I appreciate your time and considerate attention, and we'll be back in a minute.